Good morning. I'm Ronnye Schreiber, CEO of PlanetConnect, and I'm here in beautiful New York City today with Michele Cleary, who's the CEO of the Mark Foundation. What we hope to do today is to get a little bit feeling for what the presentation will be about, and then to really get a better understanding of what the Mark Foundation for Cancer Research is. Good morning, Michele. We could start this morning by you giving us an idea of what the main challenges are that you're facing in discovery and development in precision medicine and oncology.
So there are several pillars that will enable precision medicine for cancer. One of those pillars revolves around the therapies themselves. And of course, cancer is a very complex disease. There are many targets that play into the disease physiology of cancer. And so having a wide palette or menu of options for therapeutics to select from is really important. This is an area that drug companies pay a lot of attention to because, of course, the therapeutics, when they get to market, they are actually financially rewarding. There's another component or pillar of precision medicine that's really important for the success downstream of being able to identify the best treatment for each patient. And that is the diagnostics, the biomarkers, or the platforms that are necessary to detect cancer and detect it early in some cases, to diagnose the type of cancer and the profile of that cancer, but also to figure out what the response is going to be to the therapeutics that we have at our disposal. And then after treatment with a particular regimen or therapeutic, being able to predict resistance and forecast what that resistance profile is going to be. And I think the other thing that's really important for precision medicine is being able to monitor and determine recurrence at its earliest possible timing. So all of that in that platform realm is an area of research that is ongoing, but not perhaps as robustly as it needs to be going. And there are many reasons for that. It's a difficult area of research to pursue, but it's also an area of research where the funding is not so clearly defined. It's an area of research that, unlike the therapeutics where you know there's going to be some kind of financial reward at the end of the day when therapeutics get to market, platforms, diagnostics, and biomarkers, it's harder to assign a commercial value to. So the funding is not coming from government agencies that tend to focus on basic research or a basic understanding of cancer biology. And the funding is not yet coming robustly from the pharmaceutical industry unless that diagnostic or platform is needed to advance a blockbuster therapy.
So tell me then, what needs to be done in order to bring precision medicine to the clinic? What will it take?
I mean, it really comes down to more research. We do have to be rigorous about the biomarkers and the companion diagnostics. They can't be an afterthought, and many times with therapeutics that need a biomarker to push them forward, it is a bit of a scramble to get that research done. If we do it thoughtfully and we put the right resources behind it, I think those companion diagnostics that are going to enable success for the therapeutic, but also get us into the realm of precision medicine, will have the same probability of success as the therapies that we're trying to put forward for patients.
What role do you see being played by a philanthropic organization?
Philanthropic organizations have a great opportunity because there's a lot of research that needs to be done to advance biomarkers and companion diagnostics that is not getting funded by the normal channels of funding. Some of it's way too risky for government funding, and it's a little bit too early for pharmaceutical companies or venture capital firms to invest in. So there's this space between those cracks where a philanthropic organization could put the necessary resources forward, could stay aligned and partnered with the investigators doing that work, and ensure that everything is in place for them to be highly successful. In doing that, it actually meets some of the needs of the philanthropists. Philanthropists really want to ensure that their money is going to valuable science. They also really love to see technology and innovation brought to play. And then finally, they want to see success. They want to see at the end of the day that what they did actually had an impact. And so as projects mature and as philanthropists are playing a role as partners, at the end of the day, if a pharma company comes in and wants to utilize a companion diagnostic or a biomarker, there's success. If a VC wants to start a biotech company around something that's been discovered, there's also success.
What do you see as the specific role for the Mark Foundation?
So the Mark Foundation is in the process of building our organization. And as we build our organization, we're also building our model for funding opportunities. We want to be able to identify those areas of cancer research that truly present gaps. And in identifying those gaps, we also want to go out and look for solutions. As we find the solutions that we feel are going to be best empowered to bring real innovation to precision medicine will be the ones that are technology driven. So we're going to focus on projects or laboratories that are coming up with novel approaches to solving some of cancer's biggest challenges. And certainly in precision medicine, we're seeing some of those challenges play out.
What does the Mark Foundation need to succeed?
So first we have to go out there and engage with the cancer research thought leaders and probe them to understand where there are gaps or barriers in what it is that they're trying to achieve. Once we understand what those gaps or barriers are, then we can go out and look for very innovative solutions. We'll fund the best projects, we'll certainly fund the best science, and then keep the innovators that are doing that science in our network. So we want to grow a network of researchers, next generation innovators, and keep them on board with us for the long term. So in doing that, we'll need to sustain their science. We need to ensure that the best scientists stay in science. And funding is one way to ensure that we can keep the best scientists doing what they do well. We'll also have to constantly revisit where gaps and barriers are arising and make sure that we keep our list fresh so that we're constantly putting our money towards the next generation of revolutionary science.
Michele, do you have any last message that you'd like to share, that something that we haven't discussed at this point?
So yes, I do want to encourage the scientific community not to shy away from doing difficult research in this realm because of the risk or because there's a fear that there's a lack of funding to support it. There are philanthropists like our founder who are out there and who want to ensure that this type of work gets done. And it may be that you need to go out there and find who they are and engage them, but I don't think that having this sense that this is just too big of a barrier to get through should stop any scientist from pursuing a novel idea or an idea that could be transformative for cancer patients.
Thank you for your time, Michele. We really appreciate everything you're doing with the Mark Foundation, and we look forward to your presentation.
Thank you, Ronnye. It was really nice talking to you today.